Okay, so once I can understand, okay, this is volts, this is a joule per coulomb. This is perfect because now this is joules, right? I want to know how much energy per gram. Can I get rid of coulombs now? Right, how could I do that? Faraday's, right? Faraday's is my middleman. I'm trying to get to gram or mass of something. I wanted to get rid of coulombs or get to that point and go beyond. So 96485 coulombs for 1 mole of electrons, right? Now I got to determine how many moles of electrons are transferred in this equation. 2, right? So it's not a 1. It's not like the Goldie part, like what you were asking. Gold was just 1, right? In this case, it actually gave me an equation, so I got to make sure 2 electrons were transferred. So in this dimensional analysis, right, 2 moles of electrons are transferred for every 1 mole of my anode here. Now I want to know per gram of anode, so which one is the anode over here? What's being oxidized? My cadmium. Exactly. Good job, you guys. So for every 1 mole of cadmium, right, how much does that weigh? It weighs 112.4 grams. Right, now you just get that off the periodic table. So let's look at how this would cancel here. We have joules per coulomb. Coulombs go. Moles of electrons go. Moles of cadmium go. And I'm left with joules over grams, which would be energy per gram of anode. Right? So when I get that answer, it is 1373.3 joules per gram of anode. Okay. So with these questions, you guys, you'll notice that they really aren't difficult mathematically, but it's difficult to interpret usually the first chunk of the question that's asked. Whether it's watts, whether it's joules, amps, right? So why that dimensional analysis again, why that doesn't work to just do it like we normally see, like volts, then volts on the bottom, watts, watts on the bottom, is because each one of those units breaks up into its separate units. It has its own meaning, right? So what I would do, I would really know what each one means, really know what an amp is, really know what a volt is, really know what a watt is, know its units, right? And then know this little equation that encompasses all of them, and you will be able to solve any one of these problems. You'll be able to, manipulate what you have, start with something, and get to the end, okay? So that's going to be something that's really important. I know that you'll definitely have a problem on that. There'll definitely be a problem about doing this. And I don't think it's not going to be more difficult than what you've been doing. A lot of these problems that I did are my own problems that I'm just basing off of like a smart work problem that I've seen, but I'm changing the numbers, making it different. So you guys have been doing these. So a lot of you are either like, yeah, this is perfect, this makes total sense. But if you've done your homework, you've already done this. I just hope that this just got a little bit clearer. Does anybody have any questions about this? And then we'll field some last minute questions and we'll have to end so that the next class can come in. Questions about this stuff? No?
Can you also do not just anode, but cathode and different things?
Sure. Yep, exactly. So that brings up a really good question, you guys. Some things, sometimes I notice with some students, you guys actually you're studying really hard and you do know the stuff. But it's on game day. It's on game day that the little things happen, right? You get into the testing center and you forget. Or you get into this testing center and you stop doing it the way that you were before. So my suggestion is to really, really relax, right? You guys have been studying hard. All the faces that I see in our reviews are always the same faces. I know you guys really care. You guys are working hard. So don't forget to do the self-checks, especially on the one Corbin did. It's really good at the end, especially on the problem where we're balancing. Do the self-check, right? 2 things that I would always do as a student, and I think naturally, as a lot of you do this, but I want to make sure you're doing this. When you read the question stem, whatever problem you're going to solve, read it. Before you jump to looking at the answers or throwing down dimensional analysis or writing numbers down, I want you to put your pencil down and just think for a second, okay, what are they asking me? Like in this question, they wanted to know grams per anode, right? What are they asking me? And then solve your problem, and at the very end, do what we've talked about before. Put your pencil down and say, okay, what are the mistakes that I usually make on these, or I notice students make? And then make sure you didn't do those. If you can really do that after every problem, you won't do those game day glitches that happen, because I know you guys know how to do these, okay? So last minute questions on any of this? Yeah. Last minute questions, guys? Sweet. Okay. Good luck on your exam. And if you have any other questions, we're going to try to post the video soon. Talk to your TA. If you see us in the hall today, just grab us real quick and we'll try to help you out.
Thank you.